मैंने किया है।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today's topic is the third in the list. We covered the topic of idhar, covered the topic of idgham, and today's topic is going to be the topic of iqlab. As we know, iqlab comes from the word qalb. Qalb means to constantly change, and iqlab also means here to change. And what is being changed? The noon sakin. The noon sakin is changed to a meme sakin. The noon sakin sound in a tanween is changed to the sound of a meme. Okay, so iqlab, let's look at the definition. Iqlab is to change one letter into the other letter. And since we are doing the noon sakin rules, the noon is the one which undergoes the change. The noon is the letter, or the noon sound changes. It is a changing of noon sakina or tanween into a meme sakina. When does this happen? When the noon sakin or tanween is followed by the letter ba. And do we make gunna here? Yes, we do make the gunna. So there are two things happening here. When noon sakin or tanween is followed by ba, then what you do is you change the noon to a meme. That's the first thing you do. The second thing you do is you hide the sound of the meme. Okay, you change the noon to a meme, and the next is you hide the sound of a meme. And as you know, it is hiding means you're not making the sound of the meme clear. You are hiding the sound of the meme. You don't press your lips hard. You leave a small, because meme is a letter where your lips are not pressed hard. Okay, ba is the letter where the lips are left. So now you're trying to hide the sound of meme. So you gently closing your lips like a neutral position, like in the resting position, but you're keeping a slight gap, a very light gap, a very thin gap. Now there are difference of opinions on this. Okay, some schools of thought say you don't keep a gap, but the best way, the other schools of thought say that it's better to keep a gap between the lips, which is a thin gap, like a gap where a thin sheet of paper can go between your lips. That's the kind of opening you should have. That way you can hide the sound of the meme easier. Okay, so again, let's go over again. Two things you're doing: you're changing the noon sack into a meme, and then you are hiding the sound of the meme. Let's read what they've written here. It means that when noon sakin is followed by a ba in the same word, or noon sakin and tanween at the end of a word, and ba being the first letter of the next word, that is, here they're talking about iqlab happening in one word or between two words. So iqlab can happen in one word or between two words. Then it is required for that the reader changes the noon sakin or the tanween into a hidden meme with a gunna present, so that no trace of noon sakina or tanween is left. So the noon sound is completely gone, and you're only hearing the meme sound, and there is a gunna. As you know, noon sakin and meme sakin always have gunnas. So they are the letters of with sifa of gunna. So you will hear the gunna of the meme sakin. Okay. So now let's look at some of the examples here, and we'll explain it in more detail. How to pronounce a hidden meme. Pronouncing the hidden meme by closing the lips and holding the meme for the length of the gunna. As you know, the gunna is going to be the length of the gunna is going to be always 2 counts, and then opening them with the ba. Okay. You may note that most copies of the Quran have a very small meme written over the letter Nun Sakin, or a meme written over in place of the second Dhamma. Okay. Or a second fatha or a second kasra. So we know that Even on top of the kasras in the Usmani Musaf, you will see the kasratain or the dammatain or the fathatain will be having a small meme over there. One of the harka is removed and the meme is replaced there, and that tells you that you have to make an iqlab. So it's very clear cut in both the Uthmani Musaf and also in the Indo-Pak Musaf. So it's not something you can miss. The only thing you need to keep in mind is you need to keep in mind that you have to you have to hide the sound of the meme because you're already seeing the meme written there. See, like over here, I already see the meme sitting on top of the noon. So I know I'm going to make an iqlab here. But what you need to keep in mind is you're going to hide that sound of the meme. Okay? So you say min ba'adi. Okay? Min ba'adi. Amburika. Ambikum. Okay, so here the meme I didn't press on my lips. I kept my lips in the resting position. Made a slight gap and let the sound of the meme hum like the humming sound of meme. Okay, hum, and of course the sound is coming. The ghunna is coming from the nose, but it's more like a humming sound of meme. So if that helps you, that will be keep in mind that. Uh, Now that was when you see Nun Sakin, and here you have, here you have with Tanween, you can see Jaza'an bima, okay? Sami'un basir, okay? Shay'in basir. So these are the rules of Iqlab. So it's very easy, alhamdulillah. And of course, as they say that iqlab can happen in one word, you saw iqlab happening in the word amburika, ambihum. Then you have iqlab happening between two words. So here, min ba'di. Okay? And then you have iqlab happening in one word. لا ينبذن. Okay, so we have iqlab happening in one word and iqlab happening between two words. Okay, that was iqlab. And our last rule is the rule of ikhfa haqiqi. So all these rules are known sakin rules. So they'll have haqiqi mentioned in the end. And let's look at what ikhfa means. We spoke about, so far we spoke about idhar. Idhar means to make clear. Idgham means to merge. We did iqlab just now. And we know iqlab means to change. And the last one of the nun sakin and tanween rule is the rule of ikhfa. And what does ikhfa mean? Ikhfa means to hide. Hide what? Hide the sound of noon. Okay, you're hiding the sound of noon. And is there gunna here in ikhfa too? Yes, there is gunna. Okay, so what is ikhfa? It is a pronunciation of non-vowel letter stripped of any shadda, characterized somewhere between an idhar and an idgham with a gunna, remaining on the first letter, which is the noon sakina and tanween. Okay, I'll make it more simpler for you because this definition kind of throws you off. It is noon sakin or tanween. Now in ikhfa, keep in mind the tip of the tongue, because you know the makhraj of noon is the gums, right, of the upper incisors, right? You touch the tip and a small surface of the tongue, this is the front surface of the tongue against the gums of the central incisors. Now when you do ikhfa, that doesn't happen. Okay, the tongue doesn't touch the makhraj of noon. Okay, it doesn't touch the makhraj of noon. It is in its neutral position, that is it's in the middle position. It is not raised up. Only if the letter after noon sakin is a thick letter, you will go towards raising the back of your tongue to make the sound thick and the gunna thick. Okay. So what happens with noon sakin is you are not touching the makhraj of noon. If you are touching the makhraj of noon while doing ikhfa, you're doing it wrong. So keep that in mind. So if any letter other than the letters of idhar, iqlab or idgham follow a noon sakin or tanween, and we know there are 15 letters. So again, let me reiterate here. Noon sakin or tanween followed by any of the 15 letters. When you take out the letters of idhar, the throat letters, when you take out the letters of iqlab, which is ba, and when you take out the letters of idgham, which is yarmanun letters, the remaining letters are ikhfa letters, which are 15 in number, of which, if you look at these 15 ikhfa letters, 5 letters are thick, 5 letters are thick, and you can see them here in the picture. The letters Sad, Wad, Wa, Wa, Qaf. Yeah, those are the 5 letters, are the thick letters, and the rest are all thin, tarqiq letters, right? Istifal letters. We have istiala, ikhfa letters, and istifal, uh, ikhfa letters. So just to make you to remember the terminology of the sifat of the letters, I'm just putting in these words, but you know tafkhim and tarqiq, tarqiq ikhfa and tafkhim ikhfa and tarqiq ikhfa letters. So what you do is, let me show you examples so that we can get this concept better. You keep in mind that the tongue is not in touching the makhraj of the noon sakin. The tongue is in the middle position and it is getting ready to articulate the letter that is following the noon sakin. Okay, but at the same time it's holding the gunna. Okay, so the tip of the tongue here, look at it. Look at what's written here. The tip of the tongue should not touch the upper part of the mouth during the gunna, or else the noon sound will become evident. It will not become hidden. So, so don't let the tip of the tongue touch the makhraj of noon, but prepare the tongue to go and touch the makhraj of the next letter, which is the letter that follows the noon sakin or the tanween. Okay, so um, let's look at the letters of tafkhim from ikhfa, which I just mentioned here: Sad, Dad, Qaf, Ta, and Wa. And look at the letters of ikhfa that are the remaining 10 letters, which you have: Kha, Dad, Ghain, Ta, Qaf, Wa, and Sad. No, sorry, these are not ikhfa, these are tafkhim letters, sorry. Um, where are the other letters? Okay, let me tell you where the other letters are. Those are tafkhim letters, tafkhim ikhfa letters. The remaining letters are ta, sa, jim, dal, zal, zay, sin, sheen, fa, and kaf. Okay, so those are the tarqiq letters of ikhfa. So let's look at some examples. Okay, let's look at picture number 1. Picture number 1 shows you the ikhfa noon sakin sound of the and ta. As we know, the makhraj of the and ta. What is the makhraj of the and ta? It is the tip of the tongue when it touches the gum line of the upper two incisors. When it touches the gum line of the upper two incisors. So when you do an ikhfa letter, when you do an ikhfa for a letter that is ta and da following the noon sakin, you have to first get the gunna out, keep the tongue in the neutral position, and then reach towards the makhraj of the ta and da. Okay, so let's look at what they are saying. Picture number 1 for the mouth and the tongue during ikhfa, noon or tanween before pronouncing ta and da, sharing the gunna from the nasal cavity with sound coming from the mouth. But in case of ikhfa, noon or tanween before pronouncing letters qaf, the difference is here in qaf, in picture number 2, if you see, the back of the tongue is raised up. Okay, the back of the tongue is raised up because you're preparing to read the letter Qaf. So the gunna is going to end up being heavy. So the difference between ikhfa for the thin letters, the tarqiq letters, ikhfa tarqiq letters, and the ikhfa tafkhim letters are the gunna is going to be heavy for the ikhfa tafkhim letters, and it's going to be light for the ikhfa tarqiq letters. So let's do an example and it will make more sense to you. Okay, let's look at these examples. So you have the word in kadhaba, right? So when you see the word noon sakin, you look at the letter after it, which is kaf. And now you know kaf is, it's not from the idhar letters, it's not from the throat letters, it's not from the yarmalun letters, it's not the letter ba. So you know that this automatically has to be an ikhfa letter. Kaf is an ikhfa letter. And you know that kaf is a light letter. It is a tarqiq ikhfa letter, right? So now you know that that first what you do, you make the you don't touch the makhraj of noon, but you prepare the tongue to touch the makhraj of kaf. So get the gunna out first, and then make sure the makhraj of kaf is articulated. So in this case, when you say the word ink, okay, think about it, ink. So the here is, think about ink, ink. So you're preparing to say kaf, and you're getting the gunna out. So the gunna here is going to be light. Okay. You're not touching the makhraj of noon. I'm not saying kadaba. That means you're not doing the ikhfa here. I cannot say here. The no sound of noon is not hidden. The sound of noon is not hidden. It's more clearer because I'm touching the makhraj of noon. But if I say I'm sorry, it was in كذب in in كذب. So what is happening here? The sound of noon is not clear, it's hidden. Okay? In كذب. So I hope that is clear. Let's take another example. I don't know what this one is. يتيما فاوى يتيما فاوى. So what did I do here? Yatiman. I didn't say yatiman. That means I'm touching the makhraj of the noon there. I don't touch the makhraj of noon. I hide the sound of noon. So I don't raise the tongue, raise the tip of the tongue, but I get the sound of, I prepare my lips to get the sound of fa. Okay, yati man fawa. Okay, look at the next one. أندادا من زكاها غفور شكور. So a lot of people, what they do, they have a mistake in their ikhfa because one, they touch the makhraj of noon, which you do not do, and they don't do the gunna. Okay, so the gunnas here, if you look at all the gunnas here, are light gunnas. I didn't make heavy gunnas. Why? Because all the letters following the noon sakin and the tanween are all light letters, are tarqiq ikhfa letters. But when I come to thick letters like waman dhalla, I'll raise the back of my tongue, making the sound, preparing to read the word dod. I'll raise the back of the tongue. And same here for war. I'll raise the back of my tongue and get the gunna heavier. So, وَمَنْ ضَلَّ. Okay? ظِلًّا ظَلِيلًا ظِلًّا ظَلِيلًا من قبل. عملا صالحا. Okay, so I hope you see the difference between the ikhfas that are thin gunnas and the ikhfa that are heavy gunnas. So the ones on the top are ikhfas where the gunnas are light because the back of the tongue is not raised, and the ikhfas below are heavy because the back of the tongue is raised in preparation to read the thick letters that follow the tanween or nun sakin. I hope that's clear, inshallah. Okay, let's look at the comparison between ikhfa and idgham. Ikhfa occurs in one word or between two words. No shadda on the letters, on the letter following noon. That is, what they mean is the letter that follows a noon sakin and tanween, there is no shadda on it. Of course, because there's no merging happening there, right? So no shadda on the letter that follows a noon sakin or tanween, and ikhfa always will come with a gunna. Now in ikhfa, the gunnas are two types, one which is a heavy gunna and one which is a light gunna. In idgham, look at idgham, it occurs between two words. Idgham occurs between two words. The shadda is present in case of a complete idgham. So you have this shadda letters, but in the Indo-Pak Musaf, you'll always see a shadda. So you cannot miss an idgham. So the shadda is always going to be there. Idgham is of two types, idgham with gunna and idgham without gunna, right? So you have ones with gunna for the letters yanmu, and the ones without gunna for the letters lam and ra. So that was the difference between idgham and ikhfa. We'll stop here. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. آمين يا رب العالمين.
सिस्टर आप कर दें, मेरे से नहीं होगा.
Sorry?
Stop. You can stop recording, Sister Sarah.
शायद पूछ रही हैं कि मैं स्टॉप कर दूं रिकॉर्डिंग. आवाज क्लियर नहीं है सिस्टर साजिदा आपकी.
सिस्टर सारा आप रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप कर दें, मैं होस्ट नहीं हूं तो मैं नहीं कर सकती.
अच्छा, मैं